Going on, everyone? This is a match footage from the 2024 Western Tier 4 Regional IDPA Championship. I decided to do a little bit of a voiceover today and talk you through kind of my thoughts and processes on the stage in the match video. So enjoy. Thank you. First, I'd like to thank my sponsors, KP Gunworks and Lacey, Washington, for always keeping me ready and to compete. And also the Blue Bullets. Of course, everybody knows who they are for their projectiles. Then, of course, we'll start with the results. I was very fortunate to walk away as the PCC division champion, PCC master first place, as well as the most accurate and high veteran for the day. So we get to the range on Saturday. I was a PM shooter and Saturday and then AM on Sunday. And it is pouring rain, mid to high 50s with a high wind, and the temperature dropped throughout the afternoon. So my idea here on the warm up was just to the body, one to the head, to the body, one head. This in a fun reload where my brain paused, and I recover and I dropped two on this. I figured it wasn't worth going back to the first target to make up that down one. Again, for me, warm ups are purely about warming up the trigger and getting your mentality right for the rest of the match.
Are you ready? Stand by. If you're finished, unload.
So one of the pros and cons for this first stage of the day, oftentimes being Ballard, I go first for the warm-up, and then I'm the very last shooter for the first stage. So you get your adrenaline going, your blood going for the warm-up, and then I get a 30-minute cooldown period. A big pro for that, at least for me, is I get to see a lot of shooters. In this case, we had some of the world's best shooters in my squad for this match. I get to watch them shoot the stage, figure out some changes, not too many crazy changes here. And what you'll see is there was a few little things on timing that I could have done better. But again, the rain and mud was so bad. We're just trying to move smoothly and not slip at this point in the day.
Are you ready? Stand by. If you're finished, unload and show clear.
Okay, stage 5, lights out. This was a fully pitch black shoot house stage. We got short warning when the matchbook came out to bring a light for good reason. And so this stage, I'm probably going to rename this stage Reshoot, or at least put it on my jersey next year when I go down to this match. I had 4 reshoots on this stage: equipment malfunctions, target malfunctions, timer malfunctions. So I got a few looks at it, and the first look went well. The second look was the curse of the reshoot, and I'm glad that the target malfunctioned. I slipped twice really bad and had a bunch of makeup shots. Got my mind right and ran it back again, and finally ran a good clean run that we could hit approve on. So enjoy this one.
Are you ready? Stand by. Step to the left.
Stage 6 was our standard for the day. It had targets all the way out to about 20 yards, a little bit further than 20 yards. This was a gotcha standard for a lot of folks because there was 5 layers of priority here. So you'll see 1, 2, 3 layers of paper targets, and then that steel made a lot of people look at it pretty hard because that was actually the 4th layer priority, followed by the last layer, those last 2 targets. I dropped one a little bit shaky. Not sure what was going on, but otherwise clean run, and it was a standard.
Are you ready? Stand by. It's finished. Unload and show clear.
So back over to stage 1. On day 1, this was a really fun stage. You could really kind of hose and move quick. There was great movement on this one. One thing I'm going to take back to training is most of my down ones for the match were the closest targets, the 3 yards and barrel stuffing targets. And so really that's just a matter of visual discipline, taking it for granted, as well as on a PCC, you have to account for offset. So at 3 yards, my dot is probably 4 inches above where the bullet's actually going to impact. So I had a few times throughout the match where I dropped one on the closest target and it was right below the down zero. So something to learn and go back and train on.
Are you ready? Stand by. Get finished, unload and show clear.
Okay, stage two, the Holy Swinger stage. This was awesome. The way the match staff set the stage up was genius, burying PVC pipe for these cables so we could run down this lane. This was a heavily dependent on timing stage. Getting into those ports, you had to hit the targets near far for priority. And if you got into the ports, as you can see at the wrong time, that non-threat would be in your way. And I got really close to that non-threat on the right port. But otherwise, a really fun stage, really just a run and gun stage, and get after it.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Yeah, if you're finished, let me come out. 13
Finish
in.
Okay, so stage four, choices. This was my almost DQ of the match, and also in theme of day one for me, another reshoot. On the stage description, they had a couple points of cover detailed for the min safe distances or the safe spots to hit the two steel on the stage. And my plan revolved around going to the left as a PCC shooter and getting up to that P3 or that position to cover three and hitting all the targets. The paper got 3 per. And taking a riskier shot at 20 yards on a headshot only. As you'll see, the very last target was a headshot only next to a non-threat. But I figured I could save some time having a long gun versus every pistol shooter basically went left to right. In hindsight, the left to right plan was the fastest and the least amount of risk. But I took it. It was a fun stage. The DQ obviously did not happen. And I did get to reshoot it after my nerves settled down. And then we finished up the day.
Are you ready? Stand by. If you're done, unload, show clear.
Okay, so day two of the match, I'll talk a little bit more here. It was nice sunny weather and the 60s. I had the shorts on, hoodie was off. There wasn't pouring rain on us. I knew that I was doing okay from day one. I don't like to glance at scores anymore. If we have a multi-day match on practice score, oftentimes I think that just gets in your head, especially mine, and I start to overplan. I just knew, based on talking to the guys, that I was doing okay. So really starting off day two on a fast mover and a really cool choo-choo train activator target. I had a lot of energy and buzzer goes. I knew that I wanted to just throw 2 and 2 at those open targets on the right and re-engage at closer distance when it made more sense. And I had so much energy, I jumped about 4 feet past that port. So you'll hear me say, oh, and get lost a little bit. And I'm like, why is the port all the way on my left? But you got to stay focused. I cleaned it up and finished the stage strong.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Oh, Jesus.
Way overstepped that.
Stage 12, Terror at the Mall. This was a cool stage to see at an IDPA match. There's not a lot of matches and stages in IDPA you see where you'll have a ton of retreating, and this stage was entirely retreating. I felt like a ballerina, pirouetting all over the stage. Now, There was a lot of left leans here, and there was also significant attention to detail paid to the 180, because as you see that very last target, you basically run along the 180 to come around that corner and hit it. I don't do left leans particularly well due to the nerve and back issues I have, so this one was a bit sloppy, and I was falling all over the place, but I made it work. The last thing that I want to say here too is, in hindsight, when I ran at that last target, I did not even see that the non-threat was basically right behind it. So glad I didn't smoke that thing running past it, and we came out unscathed.
Are you ready? Stand by. It's done. Unload, show clear.
If there's one particular feature at a match that I will always be concerned about, it will be a car stage every time. A little over 6'1", about 250 pounds. I don't fit in Crown Victorias well at all. At all. My head's squished on the roof. It's hard to get out of those things. It's tight on the steering wheel. And this stage was not nice. So you can see me fumbling around to get out of this car. There was a really quick single drop turn activator, which was pretty cool to see. And then there was a few sloppy attention to detail pieces I missed here as far as placement. I probably could have stopped 4 or 5 feet sooner on that last port and saved seconds, just hitting it further back. But again, still figuring out PCC. I've only shot a few IDPA matches in PCC. So I need to remember, if I can stand further back and hit it because I'm running a big old gun, I should do that. So enjoy this one.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Yeah.
Stand by. If you're finished, unload and show clear.
Okay, so stage 8, very straightforward. An up down that did drop pretty quick, in a stage where, if you are like me and large and don't lean very well, this is a stage where you can use a tactic of engaging the targets and then stepping out across the fault line and re-engaging, because it's less risk, it's less painful, and it works out better for your body size. So as you'll see, I Kool-Aid Man into the last position to cover. My intent here was to engage both targets with 2 shots, and then step out and get 2 better hits. It paid off. I think this was a really quick stage plan, even with the Kool-Aid Man run. But otherwise, this was a good stage and a good strategy for a larger guy.
Are you ready? Stand by.
So stage 9, vice versa, another very straightforward stage. Really, the only decision plan here was, if you're a righty, you probably want to start on the left, and a lefty, vice versa. The only tricky part too is when you get into the port, you just got to remember that you're exposed to 2 layers of priority. And then again, this one was a really good stage to have an offset optic on, because there was a very tight lean again. And then just making sure you don't smoke any non-threats.
Are you ready? Stand by. If finished, show clear.
Okay, stage 10, last stage of the day, flying monkeys. Again, I'm going to go into a little more detail here. So I'm a competitor. I want to win, and I knew that I was shooting a really clean match here. And I knew that I just needed to, keep a clean match and don't have any meltdowns. This was a high risk stage, or rather a high disaster factor stage with this monkey. Now, a monkey activator basically gives you a random pattern look every time it comes out from behind the cover position. I've been able to see it before. Um, and really, the point here is you got to start strong and finish strong. I was very fortunate to have the best squad I could have shot with. And, a couple guys pulled me aside at the end, just focus, shoot clean, and, know that you did everything you could for the day. So I loved the stage. I dropped 1 point on the monkey, which I wish I could have cleaned it up, but I don't think I could have done anything better or different on the stage overall.
Are you ready? Stand by. If done, unload, show clear.
1340.
So to wrap it up, I finished first place in PCC division against some really top-notch shooters, a couple DMs and some masters, that I've seen around. So I was really, really fortunate, and I was blessed, to have a good day and see that the training's been paying off. Um, Second overall, it stung. There's a little over a second there between myself and Nils Jonasson. He was in on my squad and just the world's best dude, the most humble shooter, and just a true professional. But I really wanted to say I beat him, even if it was with a cheater stick and he was shooting a stock irons pistol. But hey, maybe I'll get him next time. Either way, the day was awesome. The match was awesome. The staff, this is my favorite match to go to on the West Coast. So if you haven't checked out the Western, put it on your list for a travel match, or if you're a local, and get to it. Always a great time, great stages, really really good barbecue, and then awesome prizes too they hand out. So thank you all for watching.